Evening all, welcome back to RimWorld. I can't remember what I've called this place, but I think it's called Sleepyville. I probably need to change that. Anyway, so what we're going to do today is I think we're going to start looking at some of the more advanced technologies currently out there. In terms of resources though, let's just do a bit of a stock check. We've got plenty of food, so we're actually turning our potatoes and strawberries, as you can see we've got a huge amount of them there. We're turning them into meals, and I think they're actually now fine meals. Meals are important, so yeah, we're doing simple meals and fine meals. Meals are important because they basically increase the happiness. Now, happiness is everything, so it is like Dwarf Fortress, absolutely, because the thoughts, it's all about how moody a person is, which is kind of sadly true in life as well. Basically, certain things will make this person unhappy, so you know, having a nice chat or having a nice spacious interior is obviously very nice. They like flowers and light and heat and all this good stuff. But this person's had a very bad, unpleasant conversation 3 times. So that's made this person very unhappy. So this is not a good thing. However, this is just, look at that person go. Now they must have something prosthetic on them. No, maybe not. Yeah, so bionic leg, bionic left toe, love it. But as you can see, look how fast they move when they want to. That is technology in action. I don't know if that's a bug in the mod or not, but it's brilliant. I love it. And I think this is kind of a game, like a bit like Lego, in that you have to kind of make your own story with it. Yes, there's stories going on here, but you know, I have a real affinity with Scarpy. Scarpy has been through the wars. Let me tell you the history of Scarpy. He was a coma child. I don't know what that means, but the childhood accident put him in a coma, so he didn't wake up until he was in his late teens. Love the story there. He was a teacher. You know, he's a nice guy. He's got a really kind of burning passion for being social, and he's also a really good crafter. So he's incredibly capable, but he's quite lazy. He's a bit of a slowpoke as well. So you know, he's got a few challenges. But the reason why is because he had his leg shot off. That doesn't show it. It's not his right thumb. He actually had a leg shot off, as I've said many times. So he's really not able to move very easily at all because his left leg has been removed. And I think the mods basically that I've added have kind of messed this bit up. But what effectively he's had his nose shattered and he had his jaw shattered. And his leg was shot off, which is now replaced with a prosthetic leg, which isn't great. Okay, so it's not great, all right? But this means that certain things are very problematic for him. So really all this person does now, if I just go here, I think I probably could do something with it, so we might look into this. Although I can even euthanize him. But basically, he's been through the wars. He's also pretty old as well, if I remember rightly. How old is he? He's 54, and he was one of the first people in the colony. So Skarpendin Skarpi Stein Thornson, so he's probably from Iceland, has had a pretty harsh life up to this point. So I feel sorry for him, but he's a great crafter. I've actually set it so the only thing Scarpy The only thing Scarpy does is basically warden. He's very good at wardening. So when we get prisoners brought in, he's very good at kind of checking on them and convincing them to come to our side. But he's also brilliant at crafting. So he's becoming a bit of a dynamo at crafting. But everything else I don't get him to do because he's old and he's got dodgy legs. Okay, so that's pretty much why he just potters about the house. But he's kind of the my dude. We also then have Clovis, who is then the leader of the group. Now let me tell you about Clovis. Clovis is old. He's the first person that's been here. He's one of the original survivors of the crash as well. Everyone else has died. He comes from a cave world tunneler thing, so basically that gives him kind of a problem with certain things. You can see it modifies it nicely, but he's actually a colony settler, so he's used to this world. He's absolutely brilliant at mining, so anything that needs to be mined, he's your man. But he's also an absolute godlike master at growing, because he is the guy that goes and greeds. He's a frostophile, which sounds a bit dodgy, bit Operation U-Tree, but he's basically he feels like limited because he's getting old. So he's actually very aware that he's getting old, but he's an intellectual he's incapable of intellectual and crafting. So there we go. Now in terms of health, he's doing fine. He took a gunshot to the left toe, which I think's weird, but a problem. But he's all right. He's basically good. But the reason he's the leader is because we captured a guy with power armor, so we stripped it off the body, and we took the power armor. So power armor is brilliant. Let me show you why. Because it can withstand up to minus 45 degrees. It's an incredibly powerful kind of armored suit. It's power armor, bro. You know what that is. So he as the leader. So I've made him my unofficial leader, and he's got obviously the best gun as well. So he's got the M24A3, whatever that is. But it's an old gun, but it's a sniper. So basically he is a long-range kind of sniper dude. There are others, we'll go through them as we go, but hopefully you can see that, Scarpy and Clovis are my bros, they're my guys, they're my originals, and they have a character to them. So Scarpy eats incredibly slowly because he had his jaw shot off. I kid you not. So for him to eat, he has to kind of just throw the food in and munch it around with his tongue. I'm not kidding, seriously, he takes forever to eat. Koi is so fat that basically every time there's a gun battle, he gets shot. I mean, that's just brilliant, isn't it? Every time a gun battle happens, he's shot and he's on the floor. So he's had no end of shots and so. Oh no, see there you go. It's deleted his medical history, but oh well, it doesn't matter. But as you can see, there's a huge amount of interest behind these things. There's a wonderful story to be made from all of this, and those are just the people. So let's move on. In terms of the base, well, the base has really evolved, I think, over time because we have particular types of food that we can grow. So if I just come here, let me find. So again, all of our farms are so efficient now because we've got such a focus on them. Oh, look, we've got visitors. Hello, visitors. It's Spence. Look at that. So anyways, what's he? He's a housemate. Okay. They seem to have a job function after them. So housemate, Zippy. Teacher, Rush, teacher, yeah. Rush is an interesting one. Let me tell you the story of Rush. Rush is a vat-growing soldier. Rush also attacked my colony and ended up getting shot in the face with the M24. Basically, he was sniped, or she was sniped from such a distance. In fact, she's really old. Look at that. I didn't realize she was like that old. But she's a brawler. So once I convinced her to come to my side, I gave her a very nice looking M16. It was an M43A1, in fact, whatever you call it. The kind of snub-nosed M16. And she threw the biggest tantrum I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, what the hell? And it's because Rush likes to brawl close up. If you give them a gun, she'll be very unhappy. So I thought that was brilliant. So you can try and make her use a gun, but forget it. But when we open these vats over here, let me show you. There were vats here originally. I set everybody up as a kind of a periphery to kind of shoot and gun them all down as we opened each one. But with Rush, she basically was stood at the front with a great big effing broadsword and just basically sliced at them and killed them in one hit. So yeah, Rush is a pretty crazy, elderly OAP sword-wielding crazy woman. But then again, aren't they all? Woohoo! See what I did there? Anyway. So, I mean, again, hopefully you're seeing the stories that, just in making this map. And I've only played this for about 2 days, literally about 2-3 days maybe. But the stories that have come about it from each of these characters and the story behind them has been incredible. To the point where there was a third person. And let me show you a very sad scene. Look at these graves. It's sad. These are people that died before my cremation system. But Rene was the saddest one. Rene was one of the original characters that I had who crashed in the original crash, and they were a barkeeper, but they were very good at growing. But they died over a year ago now, just under a year ago, and they died because they were basically mining one of these kind of open element here, and the whole thing collapsed on her and crushed her. So yeah, very sad. Very sad. A little tear was wept and a bit of my 40 was poured onto the ground just to sort of say, I'm sorry, bro. Because, yeah, and it's incredible how kind of attached you do get to them. Anyway, let's shoot this ball with a turret. Blah, blah, blah. Balls and things like that can be used obviously for food, and you can also use them for leather. So they're actually quite useful. So I'm just going to go capture that. Oh, there we go. Look, a trade ship is passing by. They are known as the Imperium Lubricants. They are a bulk goods trader. Now, for me, that's brilliant because I've got 1,600 potatoes that I wish to sell to them. So I'm going to get Scarpy because that's my kind of socialite. just to go to the comms machine, and you can call different things. I'm just going to get them to call the bulk trader. Whoa, you see that bionic leg working? Look at that. So here we go. So we're now talking to that trading ship, and we want to start selling them stuff that we don't need. Now we've got plenty of food, so I'm just going to sell them all of my old spuds because again, spuds go off in this heat because it's coming to summer as well. So I think we've got plenty more crops coming, so we don't need to worry too much about that. But look at that, 858 credits, silver. Silver's effectively the currency. And that works quite well, so I think we can sell them that. We might even sell them a crap ton of cloth as well, because we just do not need this much cloth. So as you can see, industrialized farms are a great way to make money, particularly for my kind of style, because I mean, I'm just producing so much now, it's kind of crazy. And look, Devil Strand, look how expensive that is per one, so we're going to sell them quite a bit of that. But look, we've got way too much more money than they've got. So what I want to do is buy all of their steel. So you can see they've got a huge amount of steel. I have no way to make steel anymore, so I'm just going to buy it all. This takes forever. I do apologize. There we go. That'd be nice if you could just type in. No, I can't. No, never mind. But as you can see, I'm just going to buy all of their steel. There we go. So again, I'm giving them loads of potatoes, cloth, and Devil Strand. I think we might give them some simple meals because we've got a surplus there. So again, we want to try and make as much money as we can. Devil Strand. Berries, yeah, we'll give them all our berries because we don't exactly need that many. Simple meals, slate block. Right, we do need medicine. There is no way to replicate medicine at the moment. So I don't mind the fact that we're going to not make much money on this because we've already got quite a bit of money. But anyway, that's the trade. So we're going to, you know, we're giving them a lot. We're getting a lot. We're going to get a huge amount of metal, which is brilliant because I really need it. And we just click accept. Now what happens is, if I just move here, you see the drop pods landing with all the cargo that we've just bought. Look at that, isn't that amazing? So if I come here, you now see we've got a huge amount of iron, or metal, steel rather. We've got our medicines have gone up, so we've got medicine's important because if people get shot or if you want to do amputations or whatever, you need metal. You need medicine to do that. You can grow a herbal medicine, but it doesn't seem to work. It doesn't seem to do anything. So not too sure about that. But there's loads more. Like we've got uranium here. We haven't even done reactors yet. That's the whole thing we've not even got near yet. And there's just a huge amount of resources that we're yet to really kind of tap into. But that was a great bit of trading. So, you know, what I can produce is vast amounts of potatoes, berries, and cloth and silk because they're just naturally made. And I'm quite happy trading them with the traders, the star traders, the ship traders as they come into orbit. And then they basically beam it up and then send me down what I buy. So it's beautifully, beautifully done. That's such a smooth, wonderful, wonderful operation. I love it. Okay, I think that probably takes us to the end of this video. Join us next time when we might actually do something. Let me see. We've got plenty of things that we need to build. I think, again, we're going to start looking at maybe some of the new features. So we've got a few mods on the go here. I think we'll start to look at that. So join us next time. Hope you enjoyed that. See you.